reminder: take care of your mental health. Date of entry: October 28th, 2022. Dear Journal, is it okay with you if I start from scratch? Honestly, I would just love to start over, a new person. All that has happened before is in the past, and spending my days ruminating on the past has served its purpose. I will not call it time wasted, because I've learned quite a lot about myself. Reflections. Before I move on though, I just wanted to tell you about my first ever solo staycation, because I learned a very valuable lesson on that trip. I returned to my sister's Saturday, October 22nd from a 3-week stay in Lucy, Hanover. It was a well-needed time away, being by myself most of the days so that I could regain some perspective and clarity on life. I actually didn't write much while there, as I was so caught up in being worried about what would happen when the stay was over. Some days I was also worried about how I would eat, as money was not always flowing well. However, the worry was unwarranted, because I always found a way. For the first few days, I was okay, as I had brought some fruits and veggies with me from the country. With all the worry energy I was putting off, I ended up eating a lot of supermarket food: biscuits, breads, Oreos, cup soups, you name it. My fruit and veggie intake was one-off, as I tried my best to make the money I had last. The fruit and veggies were more expensive than the supermarket processed food. I allowed myself to fall for that trick again. Because, as I already knew from past experiences with processed foods, the ingredients in them just push you to eat more and more of them. So soon, my entire body was in pain. My head was always hurting, and internally I just started to feel so sick. Even my yoga practice started to be affected. As soon as I could do weeks ago, I could no longer do, as my body was in so much pain. Flexibility, strength, and balance were quickly deteriorating. While in Lucy, I met a restaurant owner who needed help with his daily operations. And so when I was not in TTC training or studying or practicing, I volunteered my time there to help him out. Many days, this is how I ended up eating, as my meals when there would be free. The restaurant was a seafood one, and I decided to give it conch a try for the first time. And I actually liked it. So yes, I ain't vegan no more. Haven't been for quite a few weeks actually, because the amount of processed food I've been eating, I know many of them contained dairy or some other form of animal-based ingredients. How do I feel about this? Honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore about being vegan. It's a label that's not necessary. At the moment, my primary focus is getting back to optimal health. While in Lucy, I realized how all this time I thought I needed to run away from home to improve my mental health, when really I needed to work on my mental health regardless of where I was. I can change locations 50 times over, but if I don't improve my mental health, then I will bring the same energy and challenges with me wherever I go, and therefore create much of the same situations that I was trying to run away from. With that realization, on the day before I left Lucy, I got on my knees and prayed for the divine to give me strength to do what was necessary to better my mental health. I set intentions to return to my sisters and truly focus on getting better. To switch my priority to finally getting out of this depression I had been allowing to dictate my life for the past few months. I made sure to travel with a smile, to remind myself of the goal of this return, and to always put my mental health before anything else. End of reflections. Fast forward to today, I am so grateful to be alive. This week has been one full of surprises, and today I want to take a moment to acknowledge them and express some gratitude. It's been 1 week so far, and even though I have had moments where I still ate too much, I have had way less processed foods. 2 days I had a sandwich made of brown bread, and on Sunday I had pasta. It's been 1 week of not missing any physical movement days. Even with my menses starting a few days early, I still had the energy to be working out, and I am so grateful for that. While I was in Lucy, I traveled to Montego Bay on October 15th to volunteer at the Family Fun Fest. Would you believe that? On Wednesday of this week, the organizer reached out to me to offer compensation because I did such a good job and he wanted to show his appreciation. This week, Ivy also reached out to me to join the volunteer team, something that I've been actually trying to manifest for a few months now. I finished the proposal for the first yoga program that I want to launch, 4-week Divine Health Lifestyle Program. I sent it to a few people who I want to collaborate with, and I feel so proud of myself for putting my feet on the gas with this. As usually, I would have sat on the idea for weeks before taking any steps at all. It's been a very good week so far, and I am just so happy and grateful that I am finally taking back control of my health rather than just allowing myself to wither away. After just 1 week of putting into action some of the wonderful tools I've learned, mudras, tai chi, pranayama, my body, mind, and spirit is feeling much better than it was just a week ago. With love, Santana Chevelle.
Holding on, yeah. When the pressures of life give